Okay, so we've got the towel rolled up. So what are we working on, right? We're focusing on, I mean, not a lot. Your game's in a really good place. But angle of rotation and I guess completion of that rotation sometimes. So we don't want the angle of the pivot to change. All right. Obviously, shoulder plane as much as anything. Okay. And then obviously, most importantly, that release and then a little bit of connection at the top. So not allowing the arms to disconnect too much from the pivot, right? So those are our big focus points in what we're trying to do. Okay, so we're going to start with that angle of rotation because obviously always start with setup and body work first. Okay, so we can make that thing nice and taut. Okay, go internal grip, not out like that. Internally rotated. Okay, nice and wide. This is kind of like those helicopters. Okay, in your posture. All right. Okay, so there's our backswing. Now you'll see on some of those videos that I'm going to send you, okay, sometimes you definitely get a little bit upright and maybe a hair flat, and that's what maybe allows the arms to then manipulate into the slot a little bit, right? So that little bit of extra forward bend and stronger pivot is just going to help anyway, right? So nice strong pivot, okay? Turn, keep everything nice and strong and extended. Okay, and then here's our important one. Okay, then as the hip pulls, we don't want to go this way. Okay, steeper shoulder plane, adding back tilt, obviously club going inside, right? So once we're there, we want to go that way around. Okay, nice and strong, hip pull, so a little bit of sequencing. Okay, no, yes. Okay, no, yes. Okay, and I want you to do them like that right now, like a no and a yes, just so you're really figuring it out. All right, then we can go under the arms almost like we do on the range. Okay, arms are going to hang out. Okay, you can go palms together or you can go golf grip, it's fine. All right, and then same thing. Okay, back, we're not letting the arms disconnect, so we're just using our torso. Back, no, don't let the right side drop, don't add back tilt. No, yes. No, yes. Okay, and so you keep going through, yeah? Okay? So do that for the first sort of day or two. Sort of however you feel, like 10 reps at a time, maybe 2 rounds, something like that. And then as we work through the week, we're going to get not a no and a yes, and only a yes, and a little bit of rhythm, yeah? Okay, then our release, right? So make that towel nice and taut. Okay? Same little backswing, and what we're focusing on is not allowing the forearms to roll over. Okay, so yes, the body's turning, okay, but we mustn't let the forearms rotate. I can't do it without my shoulders. There. Okay, none of that rotation, yeah? So through. Okay, you don't have to do that to hold the club. Posture goes through. No forearm rotation, okay? All right, then I want you to start letting the right hand go a little bit. Okay, so we can maybe fold it in half. Okay, kind of split grip. Now we want to let this right hand go, okay, without the forearms turning over. So no shaking hands with the target, any of that. Okay, it's more like a sort of low 5 type of vibe, right? So a little split grip. Now you can start to check your shoulder plane as well, and then we're going to let the right hand go. Okay, and you can see we're getting this sort of vibe. Okay, and none of that. Okay, now it's not going to affect your extension, so don't worry about that. Okay, all right, and then last one. From there, we're going to roll it up. Okay, now depending on how big your towel is, you'll put it either higher or lower on your forearms. Okay, but it's got to be under the elbows. Okay, so we're going to make a little ball there. So this one's not very big, so I'm going to be quite low down. Okay, jam it in there. All right, get my golf grip. All right, and then we're going to make some swings and work on all of it. Right, so connection at the top, angle of rotation, none of that. Okay, and then release. All right, so none of that, none of that. Okay. None of that. None of that. All right. Connection at the top. Don't let the arms go. Angle of rotation. Release. Okay, and you can just go through it, go through it, go through it. Okay. So then our last one. Come on, mate. This is the door to the studio. This is that's the rest of the studio. That's my desk and everything. Anyway. Rightio. There we go. Okay, so now you're going to have to work out the length of the towel. So you might need to put it further down or less, depending on the length of the towel, right? Okay, so we're going to put the towel across the door like that. Close the door. Okay. Bit of light here. All right. Okay, then we're going to roll him up from there. Okay, what we're going to try and do here is just create that feeling of that connection. So essentially, once we get to a nice strong backswing position, not allowing that arms to travel without the shoulder turn. Okay, so we're actually going to face more towards the door. Okay, and you're just going to figure out, so hopefully your towel's a little bit longer, but it doesn't matter too much. We're going to figure out where that point of maximum extension is. Yeah? Okay, so once we're kind of in our posture, just figure out where that point is. You can see how the towel is nice and taut there. Okay? And then we're going to make some backswings. Now, when you do a backswing, make sure you stay in your forward bend, looking at the ball. Okay, maybe even put something there, a coin or something like that to look at. Okay, in your posture. Okay, turn, and obviously create maximum extension there. So if the arms go, then obviously the towel is going to collapse and you'll feel it hit you on the head, right? Okay, so that's the bad one, yeah? Okay. Right, so he's going to do a few of those just to, again, promote that maximum extension. Okay.